Today's episode of On the Fence is brought to you by the LeBlanc couple. The LeBlanc couple, being married for 11 years.
I don't see why not.
Okay. Well, that's accepting.
Because, I mean, the homeschool kids need to have social skills.
Right.
Because when they're done with school, they're going to be out in the workplace just like everybody else. And what's a better way to learn how to socialize is doing events and sports and plays.
And I think that's right there what it's about. It's not so much about the fact that these homeschoolers are like intruding in on a space or anything. It has a lot to do with the socialization. If you keep your child locked away in some hole and do not give them the ability to interact with anybody, you're going to be what's known as a creep.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe not 100% of the time, but it can't help. They've got to learn the pitfalls of being with somebody, friends, girlfriend, enemies. It all comes together. It makes a person who they are. But if you look at it this way, what about sports functions? I could see maybe dances and things like that, because you're gonna have friends that you're gonna want to go to dances with. But sports functions, these people go to school with each other. I'm talking about public school at this point.
Yeah.
They go to school with each other. They interact with each other. They have a camaraderie that really carries forth to the field.
Yeah.
Whether you like them or hate them, you know them, and you'll work well together with them on the field. I don't know if a homeschooler would fit well in that. I think.
Well, I mean, they'll be at every practice together. They'll still be a team. So they'll have that camaraderie of being a team.
Right.
And seeing each other at every practice and every game. And the same thing with, like, if a homeschool child wants to be a part of the band. I don't see why not.
Okay. Maybe this asks a different question. Do teams do better when they spend the majority of time together, or only if they practice together? That would be another interesting question, but I'm not going to answer that one because it's not on my list. Maybe we're kind of in agreement on this one.
Yeah.
That yeah, it's fine because, well, they need to be kids too. Kids need to be kids.
I think they should go on field trips together too. Usually the parent that does the homeschooling
Right.
is with a program with a public school anyways. So if they're willing to pay whatever money it is for that child to go on that trip, why not?
I imagine that homeschooling would have to, if you're doing that, if you get a part of the public school's field trip, you might need to spend a little bit more money to cover yourself with insurance or something like that, because
I mean, think about that.
Yeah, I mean, of course, I don't know. We both did public schooling. We don't really know much about homeschooling except for what had to be done if we had to catch up on something because we're out of school or something like that. So if there's anybody out there who's been homeschooled and knows more about this,
or a parent who was doing homeschooling,
feel free to give us some information about this, comments below, send us a message. Either way, we'd love to hear about this. We want to get some closure.
I'm Amanda.
I am Michael.
And we are
On the Fence.